Good evening. My name is Marthe Dehli. I work with the Knowledge Transfer Group here at CERN, and today I'm going to talk to you about pitching. The slides and the transcript will be made available after the presentation, so there's no need to write your arms off. On the Friday of the hackathon, you're supposed to do a brief introduction for the other teams on what you've been doing so far in this preparation time. And the rules, they're quite simple. You have 90 seconds to present what you've been working on and what you're planning to do during the hackathon. You're allowed to have 2 slides, one with a team name, a team picture, the other one perhaps with a concept sketch or photos of what you've been doing so far. However, you're not allowed to have any text whatsoever apart from your team name. I suggest you point out one person on the team to do the 90-second pitch. Too many cooks tend to spoil the broth, and too many pitchers tend to ruin your presentation. Now you're thinking, 90 seconds, that's nothing. Well, 90 seconds is the amount of time an average passenger jet takes from going from stationary mode to 3,000 feet. It's the amount of time this man can make your dreams come true or make you a YouTube star because he made you cry on international TV. And 90 seconds is reportedly the amount of time Serena Williams spends on putting on her makeup before going into a tennis match. You can even do it even shorter, like James Cameron did when he pitched the Titanic in 6 simple words: Romeo and Juliet on the Titanic. The team that is able to do that during the hackathon pitch will receive a special prize. When you do your pitch, you should think about it like the understandable parts of an IKEA, what's it called? Manual, sorry. It's simple, it's clean, and there are no technical details whatsoever. For your pitch, you should focus on answering 2 questions. What's the problem, and how are you going to fix it? These are the only things you should focus on. Keep it simple and stay away from the technical details. When you're done watching this pitch, there are 2 things I want you to remember. The first is that practice makes perfect. Just like Elsa mastered her magic, I want you to master your pitch. So remember the 3 P's: practice, practice, and practice. The second is what Chief Powhatan told his daughter Pocahontas, that you have to choose your own path. What works for me doesn't necessarily work for you. And what I'm providing you with is basically just a set of tools that I find valuable when I work on presentations. Now, pitching is all about preparation and execution. You have to spend a crazy amount of time to prepare for a really good executed pitch. Rule number 1 of preparation is to start at the end. Find the one sentence that you want your audience to remember from your presentation and use that as the starting point for the rest of your pitch. Strip it all down and find the one most important thing. And you should know your audience. Who is in your audience? What are their backgrounds? What can you assume they already know? What is the purpose of the event? Why are these people gathered here? Are they here to learn? Are they here to be informed? And where is it? Get an overview of the venue. Get the logistics of everything. Locate the bathroom might be a good idea. And when is it? How much time do you have to prepare? How much time do you have before the presentation on the actual day? And how should you schedule day? You schedule your day prior to your presentation. And then make it simple. You have to kill almost all your darlings, because right now you've worked on this project for so long and you've learned all of these new things and you're super excited about what you're talking about and you've learned all of these things, you want to teach everybody else about it, you have no idea how to strip it down to 90 seconds because this is important and this is important. And probably your teammates have some idea of what's important too. But the thing is that some of this information just has to die, at least for now. And what you should do if you find it hard to know where to start is to identify the 3 things that you want the audience to leave with. What are the 3 main things of your project? That's the essence, and that's the message you want to convey. And this brings us to the biggest lie of the century, which is multitasking. Because the human brain, whether it's female or male, is not able to actually multitask. We can only take in this and this many impressions at a time. Which is why I suggest you stay away from Keynote, stay away from PowerPoint, and go for whiteboards, go for Post-its, go for dictaphone if that works for you, go for brain maps. Use a pen and paper to get all your thoughts down, because it keeps you, when you're offline, you're more online in yourself, to put it that way. On a personal level, I prefer writing. I start by writing down everything I know about this subject. What is it? What's interesting? What's not so interesting? Everything that comes to mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be one comprehensive text at all. Sometimes it's just a few notes. Then I go to the very awkward stage of recording myself to hear how the words sound in my mouth, because one thing is on paper, there's a whole other thing when you actually have to say it. And also, especially when you're doing a presentation in a language that is not your mother tongue, your writing might be much better than your oral speech, or the other way around, which is why it's nice to see what works the best. And then when I've done these 2 alternately for a while, until I'm at least as satisfied with the product as I will be, I bring in family, friends, colleagues, people I trust who I know will give me valuable feedback on the presentation I'm doing, honest people who love me so much that they don't want me to make a fool out of myself, and who tell me what I should keep, what I should take out, and what I should just drop. And then it happens. Total brain shutdown. Tired, unfocused. It's impossible to get a single intelligent word down on paper or into the dictaphone or whatever. So what do? Move. Go for a run, do a yoga session, clean the kitchen. Just get a change of scenery, give your brain some air and a chance to reset, to reboot. And then you can start over with a new pair of rested eyes. And now, when you've been training, you've been stretching, and you have a clean kitchen, you can sit down and you can make the 2 slides for your presentation. So now you have a clean kitchen, you're stretched, you have a manuscript or bullet points you want to talk about, and you have a clean kitchen which you can rehearse in, because that's what it's time to do, rehearse. I'm going to share with you the best tip I've ever received when it comes to rehearsing for a presentation, which is pitch and brush. I had a professor at Boston University told me that the best way to rehearse for a 90-second pitch is to stand in front of the mirror every morning, every evening, and brush your teeth while you go through your pitch twice. Because dentists say that you're supposed to brush your teeth for at least 2 minutes every morning and every night. And when you do your pitch twice, you actually brush your teeth for 2.5 minutes, which means that you get a vibrant white smile along with a very, very good pitch. And rehearsal is all about making the uncomfortable comfortable. It's totally okay to feel like Bambi on ice when you get in front of an audience, but if you know the material by heart, you know your presentation, you know what's happening next, you know what you're talking about, that scared part of you will just melt away. And when you've rehearsed, it's time for execution. It's time to break a leg. First of all, remember to introduce yourself, because it seems ridiculous, doesn't it? Introduce yourself. Of course you do that. But fact is that when adrenaline starts pumping and you're getting kind of scared because it's still a little bit uncomfortable, then it's so easy to forget the most basic things. So remember to introduce yourself, but no one is interested in your resume. So keep it simple. Your name and which team you're a part of is plenty enough. And remember to be confident. Like Buzz Lightyear said, to infinity and beyond. And he was made out of plastic, so imagine what you people can do. Be confident, be radiant, and believe in what you're talking about. Again, rehearsal is key, because if you're secure about what you're talking about, you're also going to be more confident on stage. 3 more tips. Show your passion. Hopefully you're super excited about what you're working on and you can't wait to share it with everyone. And remember that feeling, radiate that feeling. We've all had that professor who comes into the auditorium and he pushes some inner button and he holds this very exciting speech which makes you fall asleep within seconds. Don't be that guy. Be a passionate Buzz Lightyear who's super excited about what he talks about. And never apologize. Do not apologize for being bad at presenting. Do not apologize for being poorly prepared. Buzz Lightyear would never apologize, and I don't want to hear a single apologize from that stage. And move away from the screen or the podium and approach the audience. The closer you are to your audience, the better connected you get to them, and the more they'll listen. Last but not least, make eye contact. Smile, make eye contact, be enthusiastic, be engaging. Some people say that you should find 3 points in the room to focus on and just like scan it, but that looks weird, so don't do that. Find 3 or 4 nice faces that smile back at you when you smile to them. Ask some of your teammates if they can spread out in the room so that you have 3 or 4 faces that will smile at you no matter how big of a fool you make of yourself. So a short recap before we finish. Keep it simple. Practice, 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 but also have fun and show your passion. I want to wish you good luck and tell you that I'm available in any social media, email, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I even have a Snapchat account, but no Tinder. So just let me know whatever works for you and we'll sort something out. Thank you.